tight shoulders. Familiar with that? I definitely am. It can come from so many different sources. And I'd like to offer to you today an opportunity to maybe loosen up those shoulders just a little bit. It's called thread the needle, and there are a variety of ways to take the pose, and I'm going to show you a few. Typically, hands and knees is where you start. So you get comfortable on your hands and knees. You don't have to be too particular about your alignment or anything like that. What you'll do, though, we're going to be working on this shoulder first. We'll breathe in and take that arm out to the side. Breathe out and thread the arm under the other arm. And you'll start to lower your head down. Some folks will immediately be able to bring their heads down to the ground. Others, like me, need a little bit of a boost, so that's where some blankets can come in. Palm is facing up. This palm that has threaded through is facing up. You can take several breaths there. When you're finished, take a breath in, bring that arm back out to the side, and then lower it down. So that's one variation. Another variation is to take it from child's pose, if that's a pose that you like. So for child's pose, you could have your legs parallel. Some folks like to take their knees wide and big toes touch. I'll leave that up to you. Letting your hips go back towards your knees. It doesn't matter if you can sit all the way back. If your knees are a little bit cranky, you might try placing a blanket behind your knees. A little something like that, and see. If the fronts of your knees are cranky, you might place a pad of some sort underneath your knees, so that's an option as well. And the rest of the pose is very similar. Here's child's pose. You can breathe in, lift your head, bring that arm out to the side, and once again, thread it under. And the idea being to let your head rest somehow. If it's not on the ground, it might be on a blanket or two. And you can turn your gaze towards that threaded arm if you'd like. Bring it back out, and then move on to side two. I have plenty of students, though, that don't like either one of those because they just don't want to be on their knees. In that case, you can take the pose in a seat. Those of you that know me know that I love to sit up on the edge of a blanket or two. It allows me to sit up a little bit taller. Leg position is completely up to you. So we'll work on the same shoulder as I did in the other two variations. So for that same shoulder, if you'd like to take it in a seat, breathe in, bring the arm out. Breathe out, take the arm across your body. I'm already feeling a stretch right here. If for you that's too much of a stretch on the back of your shoulder, back off a little bit. At one point when I had a shoulder injury, I had to just rest my hand like this, kind of like a Pledge of Allegiance position. So my hope for you is that you feel a little bit of a stretch back here, but it does not have to be a major stretch. So you decide what's right for you. Maybe the shoulder has to completely come out of the equation too. If this feels okay, you could then bring the opposite arm up to help hold and take several breaths right there. And when you're finished, you lower this one arm down, breathe in, take the arm out to the side, and bring it back down. And maybe shake it out. And of course, don't forget to do side two. So that's called thread the needle. 3 different options, one from hands and knees, one from child's pose, and then what seems to be my students' favorite option is taking it in a seat. So I encourage you to try this, and I encourage you to let me know if I can help you in person, whether that's in a class or in a private or a duet session. Have a good day.